everybody.
Yeah.
Hey.
As soon as we gain one and we still lose one. Yeah, like Rick got the nerve
It's
to
like
be
a permanent feeling, huh?
Pastor Rick, yeah. He's under the weather, but he's still here. He's still here. He's
Yes. Hey, Pastor.
I vote for Sister Colette, the sixth man of the year.
Woo!
filling in. That's right. Filling in.
Yes,
So how's everybody doing?
Wonderful.
Pastor, welcome back. Welcome back from your week-long vacation celebrating.
It was my anniversary.
Oh, so we can't sing it. We can't sing it. They're gonna ding us.
Right.
I didn't sing it. I just said anniversary.
Well, you sang it in that beat.
Happy anniversary.
You sampled.
Well, congratulations. April is a great month because ours is Thursday.
What you Come on.
It's a great month.
Pastor Rick, he gotta get well. He gonna need all his strength.
Yeah. My parents' anniversary was April 13th. So yeah.
Oh, wow.
Good month.
Wow.
It's the month of love. Didn't
yeah,
God
well,
love the world?
Birthday, I know two people's birthday in the month of April. So that's all I got. That's all I got. Anyway, guys, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Ships, the relationship show where we chronicle the difficult and hidden world of true to life relationships. So we had a really, really good week last week, a good show, dealing with these great expectations. And Cole brought up, like, it probably should be the the unrealistic expectations that we have when we're, getting with these guys and gals. So, we still had so many more that we did not touch. So we kind of wanted to go and kind of touch on them. And Pastor, since you weren't here last week, I'm sure you saw the show and you agreed with everything we said. So we're going to just go on.
Listen, I was anniversarying. And unfortunately, ships wasn't a part of that itinerary.
And that's
right.
We'll
right. That's all right.
You will agree with what we said. We know that you okay. We're gonna start. Okay, guys, y'all ready? We got Cole back with us filling in for her husband. So we're gonna before I forget, guys, come on. You have to like, subscribe, and share our videos. Email me, Zandra S. Wilson at yahoo.com. Let me help you. Guys, I want to bring you on the show. We'll black you out. We'll do the witness protection, whatever you need. Come on our show and we will help you.
Yes.
I brag about these guys all the time. And we really do. We really do have amazing advice. So these guys have really great advice that can help push you on to the next level. So if you want to come on with this protection, if you want to tag team, bring your partner on, you guys want to come on together, we'd love to bring you both on. And because our whole thing is to help, of course, in love. And also fill out the query form that's in the information section of the on our YouTube page. And Betterfly's YouTube page. So it's a query form there, or you can email me and I will send you the query form if you want to be a guest, if you just have some questions, if you just want to talk. We just want to talk. If you really want to talk, I'll send you over to Pastor Hosea, because that's, he'll talk to you. But
he's a good listener, huh?
Very good listener. I can't do nothing for you, man.
You just send the people to you.
Oh, goodness.
As if your calendar ain't already booked, huh?
My office hours are from
Come on.
2 to 5.
That's it.
Then we kind of talk I have to.
You do not need to hang anybody over a balcony. We understand.
All right, let's continue our list. So, Rick, what you got? What's our next great unexpectation? Okay, so you expect them to have no friends of the gender they're attracted to. So we kind of touched on this last time. So what do you guys think about this? We kind of blew through.
We can hear Pastor Hosea since we kind of
Yeah.
What do you feel about that? Some people some people are really funny, and I have to admit, I was in a relationship like that where all the male friends suspect, and I was young and dumb and didn't really understand at the time about boundaries and having. I use the word friend loosely, but having male people of the opposite sex.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, here's where the issue comes in, and this is what gets to me, because I've known so many couples, even some have led to divorce over these issues.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow!
If I met you and you had these friends that were in your life when I met you, and I accepted that, and we dated through that, then we walked down the aisle and I put a ring on your finger. Now it changes? That's not realistic.
Yeah.
Why was that not a deal breaker in the dating process? See, this is what comes with me. See, because let me make this very simple. Very simple. I'm not making a case of whether or not you should be allowed to have friends of a different gender or you shouldn't be. I could care less. But here is what I'm saying. You have a right to want what you want. And the other person has a right to want what they want.
Right.
When you see y'all wants is gonna be a problem because they too contradictory, then why do you still want to be together? I don't understand this.
Right. No, that's it.
It's not deep. If I'm dating, if me and Doran dating, and she got all these male friends, and if I have a problem with that, if I know that's not gonna work for me,
sure.
then we're gonna have a conversation.
Yeah.
And she know these are my friends and this, and I don't think it's fair that I let them go. They've been there with me through all of this. She is not wrong. That she has a right to that.
Absolutely.
But I can't live with that. I'm not wrong for having my feelings. Then that means, you know what? It's been great. I can see how we're probably not going to make it in a relationship, but I think you're dope, and I wish you well in your life. Right. What's wrong with that?
But I was going to ask you something. What if? How do you feel about a woman with a bunch of male friends?
That's good. That's good.
A bunch of male friends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You
like,
can choose to do
on the phone all the time.
Yeah, I'll bite. Yeah.
Me personally. We now if they our friend, oh, we cool.
Mm-hmm. But kids, what if you watch your
friends? No, I'm not doing a lot of that.
So you don't mind if there's a lot of them, as long as you know them all.
No, as long as they our friends. I ain't say no. I say our friends.
Our friends. Okay.
Our friends.
But hold, Pastor Jose, I want to continue to play devil's advocate. So I just use, and I know you're gonna say it's just different, but the industry, and I know we're using the word friend loosely. I think everyone here can agree to that. We're using, but there's so many. Like my phone has, I know, 1,000 numbers in there. A lot of them are industry friends, and over the years of being in the industry, we've all become really good friends. I use the word friends, and I love you and stuff like that. And when you brought out on the show, when you were just saying some stuff about me that I never picked up on, was you was like, some people could come across as flirtatious, that it would never dawn on me. So that's where I think when you mentioned about having a conversation, I would hope that wouldn't be a deal breaker or have not been a deal breaker for me, because I have friends, we say I love you all the time, and there's a lot of guy friends, and it's like when you're in LA, let's hang out for lunch, but it's a lot of different guys. So wouldn't you think that it would be fair for the guy to at least ask questions to find out what that's all about before just saying, okay, you're on the phone a lot with all these guys, or you have all this going on, you have all that going on, to kind of see what's going on? They may not necessarily be your friends because they're industry.
But once you get married, shouldn't that change? Like how you interact with them?
Right. That's what I was going to say. Your relationship is sacred and special, and you have to protect it, which means that some of your long existing relationships have to change. That doesn't mean that they end. But those guys have been your ride or die. If they love you and they're happy for you and your relationship, then they understand that you now have a God-ordained protector.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And they need to take a back seat. Period.
Yeah. If you're saying me and my friend, every Friday is our night. That's our night. That might have been y'all's night before you married me. Ain't nobody got no night no more. But
no more.
Now, I'm not saying you can't hang out.
Just saying.
Like I can't invade y'all. You crazy? Like,
That's
come
not gonna
on,
work.
man.
Yeah,
I
that's not
get
gonna
it.
work.
Yeah.
Marriage is the death to independent living.
Mm-hmm.
Say it.
It is.
Gone to bye-bye. Gone.
Preach it.
Gone.
You know,
Gone.
but you okay? I ain't gonna touch that. I was gonna say you have some individuality, but I
You
understand.
have
No.
individuality,
You an
but
individual that has became one with another individual.
That don't even make sense.
All right. But what you saying didn't make sense.
That don't
I
make
can
sense.
have my individuality. Use one. Talk to
Yeah, I
God.
agree. I agree with
and
that.
of
I
course
agree.
you have to talk it out, and
Mm-hmm. Work
the
it out.
two of you have to decide, okay,
Absolutely.
how are we going to deal with our existing relationships?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
And then how are we going to deal with new relationships?
yeah, I
Right.
agree.
You know,
And
you
I have a
get a
question.
new job or a new
Right.
coworker
Uh-oh.
comes in and you really
Keep talking
click
to
with
me.
them,
Right.
and you're working on projects, etc. They
Yes.
understand what you're going through more than your spouse because they're in it.
Yes.
You know, and then the jokes come. That's your work wife, that's your work husband,
Yes. Right.
and then
Yeah,
you're sharing
right.
more with them than your actual spouse. So, you know, everything is on a continuum.
Yeah.
But
Well, I don't think anybody be happy about that work wife and work
Right.
husband.
I
right,
know.
right.
Work my
But
work.
I
Okay,
Come
know
on.
we don't need a joke
people,
like we ain't made a joke like that.
Hey, but I have a question.
no,
I have a
no,
question.
you know,
Hey,
people,
Jesse,
work
just
wife,
put
work
this out there.
husband.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't
Okay,
on.
Pastor,
My
You
mic
know,
wasn't
so
on.
it's about
You're right.
you got to talk about everything.
Yeah, you do.
Everything.
I have a
And
question.
if your significant other is not comfortable with something, then you know marriage is sacrifice.
Yes.
Okay.
You don't
Janine,
want
let
them to
Pastor
be
Pastor has a question. Excuse me, he's been trying to
I just
jump
want
in
to. I
here.
just want to ask y'all a question. I kind of want y'all's opinion on this. I want Janine. I want y'all's opinion. I just want your take. As women, there was a couple that I knew that the guy when they started dating, he told his well girlfriend at the time, hey, my best friend is a female. This is my best friend.
Mhm.
We've been through a lot together. Da 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 da. One of the problems I had in my previous marriage, she required I get rid of all my friends, and we didn't make it. And I regretted that because it was hard for me to recover because I no longer had a support system, and I vowed that's something I would never do again. So I don't know if that's going to be a problem for you or not. But blah 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 blah. So she says, "No, I do. I want to meet her, of course." And he said, "No problem," and she did, and she met her, and she was pretty attractive, and they continued to date, got serious, moved in together, made the engagement, rented the venue in premarital counseling, waiting on the date, planning the wedding. While they're planning the wedding, the fiance tells him, I no longer feel comfortable with her, your best friend, and I don't think it's appropriate. And I don't really even want her in the wedding, and I don't think she should be your best friend anymore. And da 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 da. I just want your opinion on how
Her
that.
girlfriends must have been in her ear. No, I'm
Very
just kidding.
nice. Very nice.
Girl,
She was never
she looked too
comfortable.
cute.
I smell a lie. She was never
Yeah,
comfortable.
she was never. I agree with Janine on that. She was never.
Never.
She
She
just
was
wanted him.
never comfortable.
She just wanted him. I agree.
And the
Never
thing
She just
about
comfortable.
wanted
that
him.
too, sometimes the nature of the relationship can change. I mean, it may start out, platonic, but again,
Right.
Yeah.
that's why you just have to be so careful with those things. And I think that's where discernment comes in. I'm just have to say that because I'm gonna
Yes.
tell you, I could be around somebody, a woman who's supposed to be, just
Mhm.
just in a certain atmosphere or
Right.
arena. And I can discern. I may not hit it 100% every time, but you
But
discern
99% of the time.
99.9.
Yeah.
Is she feeling my husband?
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's another, let me add one more caveat. He told her as she, in the beginning, when she wanted to know the nature of their relationship, how they became friends, that years ago, he wanted to date her.
Now that's
But
a deal breaker.
listen to me.
Okay, we
but she
listen.
wasn't interested in dating him.
That
So
is
they
amazing.
let me finish
I
this.
don't need to finish. No,
And so they never dated, but they did grow a strong relationship. And da da da. But he never dated her. They never
order
went
the
out.
court.
They never
Order the
dated.
court.
So what I'm asking,
No, Pastor.
how should that situation have been handled?
He lying. He lying.
What is he lying about?
He probably still probably waiting on her to change her
Oh,
mind.
wait,
If that woman came up and changed her freaking mind, he dumped
Right.
her.
That's what I
woman.
said. The nature of the
Pastor,
relationship could
yes,
change.
he will. If that
Right.
woman came back and said, "I want," and
Right.
if she came back and said she
Right.
wanted him, the wife is
So
out.
why is he marrying this other woman? And furthermore, let me add one more caveat. That's me. Do you think I'm freaking telling you that? Like, do you think I'm just giving up that
No, look,
information?
look,
If
You don't
that's
have to
my
tell us.
plan,
You know what this sounds like?
You
This
don't have to
sounds
tell
like
us.
back in the day, he wanted to date her. She didn't look at him that way. So he
Yep.
was banned to the friend zone.
Come on,
He
sissy.
grew into his nose, got some muscles, right? And now, woo, he's on the I do it list. And this is
what I'm saying, they still friends.
yes,
They
they
not
are.
friends, Pastor. I don't. That's they're
Okay,
not.
no, listen. I know
Why
these
would he-
people. I know
don't
these
care
people. Let me tell you what they don't even know. They don't know what they don't even know. I even counseled, she don't even know this, her boyfriend. She don't know that I know her boyfriend.
And how does her boyfriend feel about it?
No, I counseled him with another woman before this.
Okay.
But with the point I'm making, they really are friends. Him and his wife are divorced. And him and that girl still are nothing but friends to this day.
Because
But
she
I-
don't want him.
Like, right.
You're
That's like
missing my point. My point was never about her. I was talking about the soon-to-be wife
Yeah, we
while they
already
planning the
gave you
wedding,
answer with that. We already gave you
now
an answer.
having the change of heart
We already gave you an answer
after
with that.
I didn't invested all of this.
Yeah.
We gave the
in
answer
your
to
own
that.
words, like you said, she has a right to accept it, and he's got a right to want what he want, and she got a right to want what she wants. She changed her mind. It happens.
I
But
bet
wow, but I'm just asking, you don't think that's pretty convenient? That your change of mind is after I done shelled out $20,000 and that ain't counting the ring.
No,
what is
because
she
look,
changed from-
what could
from
very well
influence?
have happened when you get engaged, you're serious, you're starting the planning, if the veil has not already come off, it really comes off then.
Yes,
You
it
get to
does.
see
That
the
wedding
person, you get
process.
to see their family, their friends, and
How to
that
handle stress.
friend could have, as she's planning the wedding and stressing about how many people and how much are we going to spend per person on this, the best friend is there consoling and, oh, you don't need all that. And so it's very possible that the dynamics could have shifted and she started to act like more than a friend.
Blair
And
Underwood.
he responded to that because of the nature of their relationship.
Or one
He
of her
would probably
girlfriends was
go
in
to
her
her
ear.
to talk about things
Blair Underwood. That's
that
all
he
I'm gonna say.
didn't
Blair
go
Underwood.
to the fiance to talk about.
They dated for over 2 years before they got married. They 2 years plus in the relationship. So don't really, I'm like, are y'all really gonna tell me that
Pastor,
neither
I just
one
said
of y'all
Blair-
think that
Pastor,
I ain't
Underwood.
never liked it this.
Blair
I just
Underwood.
went along
You
with
know
it
what
to
just
get to
happened
this
with Blair
point,
Underwood?
and now I'm
You
putting it
know what
off.
just happened with Blair Underwood? That's
But
why
no,
I keep
I'm
going
just
back.
asking the question. I don't know about the Brown Wood. I know about these people.
Okay, but
This is what
Do
we're
you
asking.
nobody here
One at a time.
believe that it's possible that she never was feeling his best friend, but went along to get along, and when we seal the deal, now all of a sudden
Janine
that ain't a
said.
possibility.
Janine
That's
just
what I
said
said.
that.
That's the
That's what
first thing
Janine
I
said. That's what we
said.
all
I mean,
said.
yeah, that's one possibility.
we
But like you
all
said, the nature of the friendship could have changed too. And they got, or she saw stuff that she maybe
Right.
didn't see in the beginning, and now she has a problem with it. But my question is, so what did he do?
Right.
He married her anyway. He married her anyway.
Yeah, he married her anyway, and he kept his friend.
Okay, that's what I want to know what he did.
He married
You know
anyway, and he kept his friend.
Check
Because
But
he,
back.
that,
because
there's divorce to the
he
same.
said,
And
I've
there's
always
divorce.
been completely honest with you. I've never lied. I told you the truth. Like, for one, let me tell you something. Most men go say, man, you stupid for telling her the truth. You should have never told her.
Well,
That.
she would have had to know
I
it was his
just
friend,
said
right?
most men are
I hear
going
you.
to say, you're stupid for telling her the truth. Because most men wouldn't divulge that information because of how it would have caused her to judge it.
Right.
But for you
He
to
did the
tell
right
the
thing.
truth about that, you got
And
to
he
take
shouldn't
that
have
in
married her,
consideration.
Pastor. He shouldn't have married her.
Well,
That's
why
on
you
both
they
of
say she shouldn't have married him?
Well,
my,
check
this
Okay.
is
back.
my
There
point.
Check
shouldn't have
back
been
in.
a marriage.
Check
There
back
shouldn't have
in
been a
10
marriage.
years. That's all I'm
Both
saying.
is
Check
jacked
back
up.
in. Check back in.
Both of them are jacked up. My vote, I agree with that she wanted the guy. Pastor, we talked about this before. She wanted
Yeah.
the guy. Yeah, okay, and got down to it. Was like,
And she
He
probably
knew it
thought that
at the
once they
time.
got married, she
It would
could,
change. Yeah,
as the wife, say she needs to go.
And that's the
yeah.
point I'm getting to right there. That's
He
where
was.
I'm talking about unrealistic expectations when
Bring
you're
the
trying to
topic all the way
change
back
things
around.
after the fact.
Well, yeah, you're right. I mean,
Yeah.
like you said, we've counseled people who've had friends too. And again, I don't necessarily agree with it, but like you said, everybody has to decide where they stand with it, and you need to be honest.
Right, because see, he was honest from the beginning that if that's a deal breaker for you,
Sure.
then
That's
this is not going to work.
Mm-hmm.
He was honest with that. Now, oh no,
That
that's
tells
not
you
a
a lot
deal
about
breaker.
how he feel about that best friend.
But okay, so this is not a deal breaker.
Pastor.
What are you
So
saying?
he did tell her that he liked her.
No, he said when she asked, how did y'all meet? And da 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 da. I used to like her. But she didn't like me, so we never dated. She wouldn't date me. We ended up becoming friends, and throughout the years, we've been friends. I've helped counsel her through relationships. She's helped counsel me through relationships, and we've been friends ever since. And this is my best friend. I talked about everything. She talked to me about everything. This is my best friend. We've never dated. This is him gave all the information. Most men gonna be like, don't tell her that.
But she probably would have still had a problem whether he liked her or not. She probably got more of a problem now that she.
But the point I'm making, when I tell you this is what I've got going on, if that's a deal breaker for you, I understand. But I'm not going to give up my friends anymore because I did.
Right.
And I tell you that, and then you tell me, "Oh no, that's cool. I'm good." Instead of you saying, "No, that is definitely a deal breaker for me." Like, let's not waste each other's time. Is all I'm saying. Like,
well, I need an update at 10-year mark. I need an update.
Right.
Girl, if that woman came to him and
like
said, baby,
it might hit
I
the
want
fan
you.
at some point. But
That lady said, baby, I want you. And this is why I say that. And I know we don't know them personally. I've had people that I've been friends with for the same thing, Pastor. And as soon as if they thought that I was interested, it just and I understand the wives didn't. I didn't know why the wives didn't like me. I've had conversations with you about this because I've had friends that I've kicked it with, and then when they got married, the relationship soured, or they just, the wife didn't want me around, so I went my own little way, right? So I get and understand that if she's uncomfortable, it doesn't matter. And these were guys that I hung out with. We were best friends. My point is that even before now, I understood that was his wife. She gonna come before me anyway. So my point is, with your friend, I agree that he did the right thing by telling the truth. But it says a whole lot that if he divorced his wife behind that girl.
Because
he didn't divorce his wife behind the girl.
You said they divorced because of her.
I said they're divorced now. Today they're divorced.
Did you say because of her? Maybe I
misunderstood.
No.
Oh, they're already divorced.
No.
Okay.
You're divorced behind a whole lot of stuff. If you want to throw her in the pot, fine. But it's much more than her.
I was gonna say they probably had deeper issues for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they had deeper issues.
Sure.
Child.
That was probably one of many. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. How long did they stay married?
Maybe 5 years. Maybe.
Okay. They made it
something like that.
Okay.
Something like that.
They need.
They
They should
had,
cancel.
they had Grace to keep them.
Did you
Yeah,
cancel?
what?
Did you
Did he
cancel
say?
it?
Grace kept them 5 years.
5 years.
That's
They
another
did
Grace.
it 5.
And
At
then
least
Grace
they
let
did
him
it 5.
go.
Okay.
Okay.
Next
Go ahead,
question.
number
I
8.
guess.
Yes.
Pastor.
Next one.
Next one. Next.
We
Pastor
beat
over
that one in the
started
ground.
You expect that your life takes precedent. Okay. I'm more
What do you
important.
mean? I need to understand this question. When you say your life, you talking like life and death? Like, what do we mean when we say your life takes
Well,
precedence?
the way I understood it was that like your life is more important. Like your life is just more important than what you may
So
have.
you take precedence, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You expect
Yeah.
your right. The partner thinks that their life is just what I have going
Presidents
on
over
is more
anybody
important.
else. Sure.
Yeah. It's
Right.
almost like it's all about
Narcissistic.
me.
Right.
And you're here to support me and make me happy. So whatever's going on in my life, career, whatever,
I got you.
that
It
trumps
reminds
all.
me of one of the counselees who always quick to say, but I don't understand. Why wouldn't you do it if I tell you that would make me happy? Don't you want me to be happy? You should do it. If it would make me happy, don't you want me to be happy? I don't understand.
I can tell
Would
right
that be
there.
an incident that fits into this?
I know
Would
it
that
was
be
How
an
do you feel
example of
about
this?
that?
Wow. Okay.
Well, I'm saying, well, to me, that sounds like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. That's to me
You
sounds
know, there's some adjustments. There's some adjustments. You know, you find someone and you're vibing and you say I love you and they say I love you back, and then there's a ring and a ceremony. There's still two people
Mm-hmm.
trying to come together and share a bed and an address.
And I think we all got selfish ways. You know, you may not be
Yeah.
categorized as selfish, but we all got some selfish ways. Like, you know, I might not want to share my food, but I'll share
Always some food.
something else. I mean, you know,
You
so
always
we
some
all-
food.
a
I
lot of
will
us-
buy you whatever you want. I will buy you whatever you want on the menu.
right.
Leave me alone. I
Right.
order what I want to eat. Leave me.
See?
But that may
See?
make her feel special.
Hey! I will me ordering you your own plate. Don't make you feel special.
No,
He
she
said
wants
what
to
he said.
share
I
yours.
will get you your own lobster.
It's not about her own plate, Pastor. She just wants to share yours. It's almost like the girl wearing her
That's
boyfriend's-
selfish.
They do that during dating, but in marriage, all that, you know.
That kind of fade. That kind of
Come over
fade.
here.
During fading,
With
it's
a
cute.
knife.
It's on each other's plate. That's
Hey, why you want what I order when you know I don't eat what you order?
because yours always, the men's always look better.
It looks better.
Well, let me order for you next time.
Always looks better.
Let me order for you next time.
We share.
Okay.
We share. And sometimes Gary will
I
let me
agree.
have the first bite before
Come on,
he like
Janine.
really gets into it.
Yeah, that's
And
Rick
all
too.
bets are off, and he's going
Yeah.
to destroy what's on his plate.
Yeah.
He'll
Hey,
give
I
me
tell
the
you
bite
what.
first.
Yeah. Rick would say, let me get this down. I want to get done with you.
I tell you what. I will give you some, but I dip it. I determine how much go on the spoon,
Oh, boy.
and I feed it.
You wanted
Now
them
that
too.
is
You wanted them
ridiculous.
too. You
That
want to
is
spoon feed
ridiculous.
me? Oh,
Negro,
Lord.
if you don't sit down and just let the girl eat whatever she want to eat and have at it, see, that's minor. That's an argument over something minor.
No, we're all
Girl.
serious about our food.
My
Hey, you know what? Though? Like
stuff is
yeah, you know, I let
people
Doran
people
take what I order. But you know, I've been like this since I was a kid. Like if me and the homies went to the store, and I'm like, "Hey, man, you want something?" No, man, I'm good. And I buy me a bag of chips. Hey, man, let me have some of the chips. Negro, didn't I just ask you? Did you want that? Like, that made me mad. I've been like this all my life. Like I will buy you whatever you want.
Right.
You're selfish. Pastor Hosea,
No.
If
you're
I'm selfish, why would I offer to buy you your own
They
bag?
want yours. They want yours.
See, they're selfish. Low down sap suckers won't buy. That's selfish.
Look what you've done.
Sometimes
to
you don't
me,
want the whole
Pastor.
bag. Sometimes
Look
you
at
just
him.
want a
He's
few
all
chips.
worked
Look at
up.
him, Janine.
You took me back to middle school right then.
Pastor Hosea, I'm with you. I'm with you. Now, I do like to taste Gary's food, but I'm a foodie too. So he'll like
Right.
to taste some of my stuff. But we are firm believers. Like you order something, I order something. we can taste each other's.
Keyword
Right.
taste.
Right.
Taste.
But we're not sharing a meal.
You don't need to hold it to taste it. It's a piece.
You sound like Rick. Okay.
You are
Oh,
funny.
boy.
Acting. Go
I
to the
thought he
next
was
one,
the only
Pastor
one.
Rick. He just
Okay,
mean.
next one.
Yeah, he
Next one.
channeling Pastor Rick tonight.
Food. All this over some food. A French fry.
Yeah.
Rick, if you don't go to the next one, please, Pastor. You expect your partner to take care of things around the house. Now, okay, that's a really good one. So do
Okay,
That
you
ship
so
has sailed.
I got one for this. I got
That
one
ship
for
has
this.
Go ahead,
sailed
Janine.
over here.
Okay, so when Gary and I got married and we were trying to figure out the chores, I learned very quickly that though we were speaking English to each other, we were not saying the same thing. Here's an example. I was raised that do the dishes actually meant the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are doing the
Yeah.
dishes.
You gotta clean
Yeah.
the stove, you gotta sweep, you got
Yep.
The stove, the microwave,
Right,
you're putting
right.
up leftovers, and you're
Right.
sweeping.
Yep.
And
Right.
maybe mopping if you were wilding out in
Fact.
there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gary, bless my husband's heart, he was literal. Do the dishes. And only the dishes that were in the sink. If you
One
were on the
second.
counter dish, too bad for you.
That is funny.
You
That
have
is
missed
funny.
out on your opportunity to be clean.
That's
Missed
funny.
out. There could be a chicken.
Hey, what about the dish
fried
in the bedroom?
top of the stove.
What about the
Come
cup
on
in the
now.
bedroom?
Come on now.
I'm
Gary,
telling you.
look.
So we had to learn, and as we were
funny.
figuring out how to take care of things around the house, to make sure that we were speaking the same language. So now when we say do dishes, we understand that there's more to
That's
that.
good.
That's
That's
code for the kitchen and all those things.
I am dead.
I know.
Aaron say I am dead.
I know, babe. It's okay. It's okay.
Oh, that's
That's
so
funny.
That's true. So I guess what you married folks so you expect the person. So women would you say Cole and Jenny, are you traditional? Like when you, I don't know,
No.
if the lawn needs to be mowed, or if something like, is it traditional? The men do the plumbing and the lawn, and the woman do the laundry. So if the laundry is piled up,
It depends on the household.
laundry.
Like I'm very traditional. I am. Me and Precious, we're traditional. Me and Doran are traditional. I recognize that it's traditional. So I recognize it is a way, not the way.
Sure.
But in my house, I do this gotta be put together. This needs to be fixed. I need to pull out my tools that need to be cleaned up. Hey, Doran, mess on aisle 2.
You know what? So you will not clean the mess. See, that's just okay. No,
I will. But she normally go beat me to it though, because she likes to serve in that way. She's very traditional.
Okay,
Like,
but it
you
won't.
know would almost take offense if I go doing stuff for myself. Like I go to fix my own plate or clean up. What are you doing? Oh, you don't need no weights no more, huh? You trying to say you don't need me? You don't like she be joking, but she's very territorial about you better let her pick that up. But she enjoys serving me in that way, and I enjoy serving her and doing what I would call, you get in trouble for saying this today, manly things from a tradition.
Right. Everything you can do, and I can do it better.
Yeah, like I don't want my wife picking up on nothing heavy. I don't want her carrying, with too much. Like I have to fuss it up like that. Like, hey, ain't I here? Yeah. Well, why you grabbing that other bag? That's my job.
Because you still
Okay, I'm bad at that. I get yelled at all the time. Get yelled at all the time.
You get up and
part
do
of that
it.
is because I was 39 when I got married. So I had been doing for myself for a long time. So my first instinct is to do for myself. There was no one there to pick up anything.
Yeah.
Right.
And Doran was a single parent for over 20 years. So yeah, I get it.
And I won't be offended if Rick makes his plate. I promise you I won't.
not even a little bit, Miss Colette? Like nothing?
Not offended.
Yeah,
Not a
make
minute
mine
now. If
like
he wants
that,
to,
baby.
if he
Make
wants
mine
me to
like
make his
that.
plate, I will do that. I don't have a problem with it. But if he makes his own, get beat me to it, I'm not. I'm not doing
Make mine like that, baby. Make
it.
mine
Just
like
right.
that.
Just not.
And I agree. I'm same here, Janine. I can do pretty much everything, you know, that a man, you know, I've just been taught that way. And then I've been doing it for
Mhm.
myself for so long. And Pastor, you know that because you're
Right.
the one that's teaching me, like, let the guy do, even though you can't do it, Sandra, let the guy do it, and blah, blah, blah.
And
So
it
I had to
takes time.
learn
It
that.
takes time when
Yeah,
you've been single by
absolutely.
yourself for a while. It takes time to
Yeah.
come out of that. It
Yeah.
does.
Mhm.
So then, and now the guys are like, like, yeah, get out and open the door for me. I'm serious. Because no one does it anymore. Well, I will give
Right.
Pastor Hosea that because he was like, let the guy, if it's some bags, let him pick it up, even though, yeah, you can do it, but let him pick it up and do it, or open up the car door, all of that stuff. So I
You
started.
need to allow a man to feel needed in your life.
Yes.
Like I one thing that I found out when I moved out here that I wasn't familiar with being from Coachella, Louisiana. I met so many intelligent, attractive, professional women, independent and lonely. I wasn't used to that.
Mm.
That was taboo to me. Like what? Why are you by yourself? Like, wouldn't make it a week in Coachella. Joker be to snatch you up so quick. But I found out a lot of times men don't know where they fit.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like
Yeah.
where can my ego allow me to feel like I'm a man to you?
Hmm.
And that's where it comes with letting him feel his contribution to your
Sure.
life in some
Sure.
way,
Yeah.
shape, form, or fashion.
Yeah. I had a hard
And
time
it's
with it in the
hard.
beginning, but now I love it. I mean, I'm like, hey, I'm
Oh,
like, can you do more? Can you do,
Yeah. Yeah.
can you do more? Can you do some more?
right.
So once
Right.
you
But
get
it's
used to it,
hard.
it's a beautiful thing. Yes.
Right. Especially if, like I said, if you've been doing everything for yourself,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
right? Then
Yep.
to meet someone that you're crazy about, but
Yeah.
you have to figure out how to make room
Yes.
for him.
Yes.
You were buying your house or dealing with your rent, paying taxes, car note, groceries,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
you were
Mm-hmm.
doing everything.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So now it's like, okay, how do I step back,
Yeah.
release some things
Yeah.
so you have a place?
Yes.
Our attitude sometimes is get in where you fit in. I've been rolling. So, hey,
Yeah,
hey,
that's
you
good,
trying to
Janine. You're
roll with
right.
me? Come
Right.
That's so
on, but
good.
I'm
This
That's
this
rolling.
good.
this room for all of us.
Right.
This room.
To
This
this
room.
day, Gary still has to push me over sometimes when we're walking because I'll be walking on the outside. Why?
Yeah.
Because I was walking by myself till I was 39.
Yeah. Right.
There was no
You're right.
side to walk on.
Yeah.
I was strolling by myself.
Yeah, I have to get doing with that, but not for that reason. Because she always wants to be on the hard side. So she always wants to be on my left side. See, I want to be on the hard side.
Oh, that's
But if that
beautiful.
18 wheeler is on the hard side, you better get away from this heart right now.
All right.
So before the only place you be is in my heart.
Oh,
We love
Praying.
you,
Memories.
Doris. We love
Memories.
you. We love you.
Memories.
good point. Good point. Funny.
All right. Next one, Pastor Rick. If- Okay. You expect your partner to always take your side. Wow. Okay, guys. So this is a good one. So let's just say there is a disagreement and your spouse
Ooh.
is wrong. How then do you handle it?
Well,
And now,
let
I'm
me.
sorry, if it's your spouse has it's a disagreement with someone else, and you know that, how do you then handle it?
Well, I got two answers. The first answer: you support your spouse publicly. You don't
Yeah.
publicly shame your spouse.
Sure. Sure.
You check them when you get in the car.
So
In
if your
time.
spouse, so can you give me an example? So
Now,
if you,
now, I want to give the other answer first,
okay,
because that's if it's my spouse. Now, see, if it's me, it's a little different because it's not different, but it's different.
Hmm.
Because when it's me, I want you to choose the right side, which coincidentally happens
Is
to
not
be
gonna
my side because I'm right.
ask me. Wrong. Wrong
Now,
object.
here's an example. Here's an example. Uh, you and my wife get into a verbal confrontation in church. I'm just making up something
Yeah, yeah.
in church, and I know my wife said something that was wrong. We in church.
Mm-hmm.
Sister Sandra, you sit down. That's my wife you're talking to. Come here, baby. Come on. You get along. What's wrong with you? You don't do that. I'm sure for everything. But I didn't take a side. I just let her know I'm supporting her.
You did just take a side. You just set me down publicly in front of everybody.
Because you're talking to my wife.
So
I didn't say because you're wrong. I say you sit down. That's my wife you're talking to. Respect the fact that that's my wife.
Yeah.
Well, I just took my side.
You took
Because I said it's my wife.
not
That's
take
how I
a
cover
side.
it.
Okay, ladies. Okay,
Wait,
let's
did I not start this all way? Didn't I answer this by saying you support your spouse in public? Hey, wasn't that my answer? Because you said like I'm contradicting myself.
No, I didn't
You
say you
did to the top. I just told you, and you asked me for an example, and I gave you one.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Here they go.
ahead.
Time out. Here they go.
Here
Here they go. Here they go.
Ding, 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 ding. Back to your corners.
Okay.
Now, what was the
Take it
question
off.
again?
What was the question again?
Would you expect your partner to always take your side?
Well, like you said, in public, support me. And if I'm wrong, you can let me know nicely in private.
Right.
Nicely in private.
Nicely.
I got to work on that part in private.
Nicely.
Nicely.
You don't like to be yelled at. Nicely.
I need you to not do that again, though.
Right.
Gotcha.
I need the consequence to be memorable enough.
Don't do that. As soon as you get in the car, don't do that. Ever. Just don't. Why? Because.
What is wrong with you? You go into the car, we won. Come on, baby, I got you. Forget them. Close the door. What the world wrong with you?
Okay, we need the next one.
Yeah. We're not at the end, are we?
No, okay. I think you expect your partner to read your mind. Now that's a good one.
Yeah, it is.
That's a very good one. I have done that. I do it. I think a lot of women we fall prey to that a lot. Like, you know why I'm at.
That doesn't work.
You gotta manage that. For instance, my birthday is February 13th. Valentine's Day is February 14th. So when we got together, I got all my disclaimers out. My birthday is February 13th. I don't want to see no red hearts, no red. I don't want none of that. I don't want no Valentine's Day, nothing. The 13th is a national holiday. Put it in your calendar.
Just for me.
Right?
Yeah.
Then the 14th, bring on the hearts, the candy, the flowers, all that kind of stuff.
That's funny.
That's like my mama.
That's funny.
I want the days separated. Didn't expect him to know that. So I told him.
But what if the 13th is on a Sunday?
That's a Super Bowl. He's going back to something. Jenny, don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it.
Don't
fall for it. He's
Pastor
messy.
Jose.
Pastor Jose is messy, y'all.
Hey, I've been waiting on this scoop for almost a year now. Like, I still ain't got the scoop.
Just messy.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Hey, it's gonna be 2024. She's still gonna be like too soon.
The book. We just have to wait for the book. I know that's right. We
had just counseled a couple, and I had to tell her the same thing. They're young, and she's a little bit older than him, actually. And I told her, I says, you know, you're gonna find yourself and have a lot of frustrated moments if you expect him to read your mind. I mean, men, like Janine said, you really need to map it out. Now, as the longer you're married, they'll be able to figure some things out. But if you find yourself constantly hitting up against that same wall because you haven't told that person that, and you expect them to know or read your mind, you're going to be frustrated all the time. So to prevent the frustrating, you don't have to worry about the Cowboys. If you expect, and you're right, women have been guilty, and I was like that early in my marriage, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna need to say something because I'm waiting and waiting and waiting for him to figure it out, and it's not happening. So I'm gonna tell you verbatim how I feel and what I need. So and then once you've been told, now you know. Can't say I didn't say.
But now we have gotten to a point where we do kind of read each other's minds because we've been together so long, and we know what the other one likes and what would constitute a fantastic surprise.
Sure.
I can look at him and know what he wants for dinner or what he's thinking about.
Sure.
Oh, that's good.
Over time.
I wouldn't know nothing.
Yeah. Over time.
Yes.
No, I agree with that. With just telling the person, just being black. And now one of the things, Pastor, you brought out was that if a person is certain things, how a person is, go by their patterns, go by the person's pattern, not what they're saying, go by the person's pattern, which I agree with, is going by the person's pattern. So
you're talking about expectations? All right.
Yep.
Here's my thing about expectations. It's very simple for those of you that's watching and don't know. When it comes to a human being, if you always being disappointed, it's because you have what's called false expectations. But I'm about to teach you in the next 20 seconds.
Come on.
How you fix that real
20
quick.
seconds, yes.
We're going to play a game called Fill in the Blank. And I need
I love this game.
I'm going to name 3 things. Fill in the blank for number 4. 10, 20, 30,
40, 50,
60. Just one blank. Just one blank. 5, 10, 15,
20.
1, 2, 3,
4.
Even you watching on stream scored 100%. Now, how did you know what was coming next when I never told you? Aha! You simply followed the pattern. So you had realistic expectations. If I would have said 1, 2, 3, and you say 15, you would wonder what in the world.
But some do say 15.
Yeah. And let me tell you why they do.
And expect you to know.
When I ask you, why would you think 15 is coming next? Watch the answer. Because I've been waiting on 15. No, here's the good answer. Because I've been praying for 15. God promised me 15. But when did I promise you 15? I said 1, 2, 3. See, if you going by anything other than the track record, the pattern that another individual has been giving you, then you're setting yourself up for disappointment. Now, preach, you like people can't change. Of course, people can change, but I'm not gonna change my expectation until I see a change in the pattern. So if I'm going 1, 2, 3, and you show me 6, I'm looking. Then you show me 9. Wait a minute now. Then you show me 12. I'm come on 15. That's how you get to 15. Thank you very much.
That's good.
That's good.
That's good. All right, guys. We got a couple more minutes. Rick, what else we have? We want to try to finish this out on this show. What's the next? Do we have any more? And if not, I want us to all have our own unrealistic expectation. If we want to share a story, we've had an unrealistic expectation. You've had unrealistic expectations, Pastor.
I'll tell you right now. I got married for the first time to my late wife in December the 9th in the year of 2000. December the 9th. Do the math. We were separated for Christmas. She was completely moved out, back in the house with her mama. We did not even see each other nor speak or talk on Christmas. We were completely separated.
Wow.
We almost got an annulment. Because if you hadn't been married at least a month, they ain't gonna, you ain't gotta pay no money. You pay a little bit of fee and sign this
Don't get
paperwork.
your
It's
bill.
like it never happened. It's like you got married and said, "My bad." It's like it's over with. It's that simple. That's what
Right.
an annulment is. That's what we was about to do.
Funny.
And it all happened because of an unrealistic expectation. Now,
On whose
I will
part?
admit, I did something wrong on that day. I was wrong. Now, here is the issue. My wrong, the wrong that I did is the wrong I have been doing all the time. So my pattern was consistent.
Okay.
The issue was she thought
It would change.
because we just walked down the aisle and I said I do, then I do was go change who I am
Sure.
or I is, however you want to say it. Because I got drunk, tore up from the floor up. We had a verbal altercation, and I stayed out with the homies and wasn't coming home until wasn't nothing else for me to do but go home. And I came home 3, 4 in the morning, and I was home alone. He was already gone. It's a true story.
Oh gosh.
So the moral, the lesson here is don't do that.
We dated.
That's
You
all
know, we get mad, get into an argument. I get with the homies, I get drunk, and I hang out, go to the club, we turn up, and I show back up when I show up. I've been doing this.
But did you guys live together first, though?
Yes.
It's different.
We were shacking up strong.
Because I'm like, it's different when you live
We
with
were shacking up strong.
Okay.
She was used to this.
Okay.
That's why she would never been gone before when I got home.
Okay. Gotcha.
She the one changed, not me.
Yeah. So she thought being married, you was going to change your pattern.
15.
15, bro.
Right.
You put a ring on it.
So
it's
I
one
tell
thing.
people today, don't expect things to change
I know, I agree
because you got married.
I agree.
I
Just because you
agree.
walked down that
I
aisle,
agree.
and the next day, y'all still the same people.
Same people.
If you haven't dealt with some stuff prior to, absolutely.
She was gone.
Still the same people.
Now we did get back together before New Year's.
Okay.
And praise be to God.
Praise the Lord.
Last time we were separated.
All right.
All right. Anybody else?
That's the last time I stayed out drunk with the homies after I done cussed her out till 4 in the morning.
You redeemed yourself. Very good. Because some don't. Some still keep acting up, So at least you fixed it.
That part.
Look, you want to change your pattern? You change first. She changed. I said, this getting me a different result now.
Yes. Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
Ooh, child. Is marriage for that's the next is marriage for us. Go ahead. All right, Neen, you got a story? Then Cole
my
can wrap it
goodness.
up. Unrealistic expectation that you've had.
Let me see. That Gary saw things, that Gary sees things the way that I do. Even though I know we're different people, it's that understanding that he doesn't necessarily have the same vision that I do. Things don't impact him the way that it impacts me. So something that may push my buttons rolls off his back because it doesn't bother him at all. Yeah. So I hear this. Yeah. I expected him to be up in arms about the same thing that I'm up in arms about. I'll be ready to go off. I can't believe they said, they did, blah, blah, blah. They don't know who they're talking to. Oh my goodness, they don't want to smoke, blah, 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 blah. I don't care. That's me. And Gary will just be, doesn't matter.
It'll be fine.
So allowing him, and allowing isn't the word, but allowing him to be who he is.
Right.
And to love him the way that he is, whether he's up in arms with me or not. And he may be up in arms about it too, but his up in arms doesn't look like my up in arms is like,
Right.
and his up in arms may be right here. Just,
That's good.
All right, Cole, you can wrap us up.
You probably have to ask Rick next week because I think I came into marriage with very realistic expectations. I mean, I'm not being funny, but my parents were married 17 years. They did eventually get a divorce, but I saw them argue. So I knew what marriage looked like. I knew it wasn't perfect,
Right.
And so I feel like he might say something different later on. I feel like I came in.
That's good, Cole.
I feel like I did. Now, like I said, he might
change it up,
disagree, but
Okay.
I do. I feel like I did.
Okay, that's good. That's good. All right, everybody. We're about to wrap this up. We got all Rick. Did we do all of this? I think we got through all of them. Pastor
Yeah,
Rick.
I gotta go teach.
So, all right, everybody. So, Cole, thank you for joining us again.
Thank you for having me.
Hit me up, Sandra S. Wilson at yahoo.com. And again, we want to have you on the show, guys. Come on. We'll put you in witness protection. We would love to see your beautiful faces, obviously. And you can come on. I know we beat each other up, but we promise we're not going to beat you up.
It's all in love. It's all in love.
And then if you want to talk to us, in our pre-production meetings, like I don't trust y'all. I mean, this is off limits. We will listen and honor. Because it's not our goal to embarrass or shame anyone, obviously. We really want to. So go ahead and also those message in the bottles, bring them in. We're getting some of them in, but we want to make sure we get them all in for some great prizes. We're gonna start giving away for you guys. Again, Sandra S. Wilson at yahoo.com. Fill out that query form, fill it out. Want to be on the show if you have any questions or concerns. So we want you to help us help you. So we want to make sure we give you a fantastic show. So guys, until next time,
Deuces.
see you next week.
Bye-bye.